Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim as Gorog, the orc who grew up in that settlement and is currently trying to live on his own. Which is kind of funny to say with us being literally within spitting distance of the stronghold that he grew up in. But we are just getting settled in. He's now got his tanning rack, he's got his tent, he's got a little fire pit, and he's got a little hunter's cache with all of his stuff inside of it. We're probably going to finish up with the process today of getting ourselves settled. We have a little bit more gold. We did some orichalcum mining inside of the mines of the stronghold. Of course, we're not going to be able to work in there much longer. It's not like chopping wood where wood is infinite. You have a limited amount of ore, and it takes time for it to respawn. So we're going to be heading off soon. Grog has made the decision that he is going to travel down into the lower lands of Skyrim, probably down into this valley-ish area here, towards Whiterun, but not really going into Whiterun's territory. We're going to find a place to settle in this area. We're not going to get the farm. Even if I get the farm, we're going to ignore the farm. The farm is not ours. We are not settling in the farm because I don't want to settle in the farm again. I feel like I'm going to settle in the farm a lot. We might even head down to Falkreath and live in Falkreath's area maybe near the lake here. Actually, no, that's what we're going to do. I always end up settling here, and it's really kind of problematic to me. I want to settle in a new area, so we're going to head down to Falkreath's area and settle there. Now, some may say, why don't I just settle up here? The Forsworn are too strong for me. Grog is not strong enough yet to live up here. Maybe one day he'll come back and maybe he'll live up here, although our ending will most likely end somewhere over here. But for now, we're going to try going to Falkreath's the southern area of Falkreath and see if that's better for us. Now, as of right now, what we're probably going to do, since we don't have a lot of carry weight, and we can't take everything in our capacity right now. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put everything in here that we want to take with us. So our bow, our other bow, our axe we'll keep on us for now because I don't think we'll need to take it off just yet. Take off those. Keep my armor because I don't want to be walking around with nothing on, although Grog probably wouldn't have much of an issue with that. Drop off the rings, drop off all the potions, although I can pick up some of those because those weren't all important potions. We'll take the raw wolf meat. Oh wait, no. Crap. I had put the raw wolf meat away. I'm going to put all the cooked meat away. We're going to take all of the uncooked meat with us right now. Yeah, okay. But we're going to take all the uncooked meat with us because we're going to go talk to the, we're going to go discuss things with the, drop off the large animal bones and the small animal bones and the goat horns and the animal fat. The animal fat might be what we end up needing to leave behind for us to actually be able to take our stuff. We might leave that, but part of me doesn't want to because part of me is afraid that it's going to end up causing problems with the save file, or that it might be a problem. So anything we leave here, we're going to be okay with abandoning.
I work the forge with my mother, Garl. We mine our own.
Okay, so here's Garlum. She's the forge. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's fine. Let's go get some sleep. We're going to look to sell anything we can before leaving, and then anything that we can sell. Actually, do we have any? I'm guessing I don't have any firewood on me. Or any dead wood on me. No, I do not. And I don't have any in the cache. I kind of want to get a fire going so I can make some more, yeah, We're gonna go ahead and get a fire going so we can make some more, so we can cook up some more of this food. Grog will be taking a good decent amount of food with him. He doesn't know the area very well, and me personally, I don't know what I can hunt down in the south. So I'm going to be trying to make sure I have enough. Let's go ahead and get the fire started. Apparently I have exactly 4 deadwood. I thought I had more than that. Maybe I'm wrong. Do I only have 4? I only have 4. Alright, that processes all the meat. I'm thinking we should probably take the seared fat and process that, because if I can't, if it's still the same, it's a little bit less weight. So we'll go ahead and process all the seared fat and see what that brings us down to. Still a little bit too much, which is fine. First things first, let's go ahead and munch down a little bit of this seared fat. It's probably not the most delicious of meals, but it definitely is probably efficient. So I can definitely say I'm probably going to keep the seared fat, because the seared fat is half a weight, while most of the other stuff is 1 weight. So it's twice as much weight for basically the same amount of recovery. Alright, so let's sleep. We'll go ahead and sleep for 10 hours. That'll put us at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I can figure it out pretty quickly with the math of sleeping. Sometimes my brain just doesn't want to put down the effort. Even though it's literally, if you're going past midnight, just -2 away from whatever you are, and that's what it'll be on the opposite spectrum. So if you're in the PM, it'll be AM. If you're in the PM, it'll be, if you're in the AM, it'll be PM. Alright, so first things first, let's go talk to the Forge wife.
I am the huntswife of this stronghold. Are you looking to work? The mines are nearby.
No, I'm not looking to work. I'm looking to sell. I've got too much stuff on me as is. I could go into the mine and get some more and see if the ore regenerated. I don't think it has yet. I thought about adding a mod that would just that would just make the ore a lot more plentiful, but I don't know if I want to turn this into just my character constantly mining for money.
You wish to trade in blades?
Maybe I'll do that with a character who's like a non. I might do a lot of the. I've been thinking about doing like a bunch of these as my next thing, is like doing like a bunch of different. So she only buys the material for armor, which would be nice if we could do a lot more hunting in this area.
I am Borgok's mother. Borg poison. Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
I kind of am, trying to be. Okay, so she will buy our food. So let's go ahead and sell off basically all of the cooked food. We'll also sell off. Well, we don't get any value for any of these, so there's no point in selling them. I also cannot combine them with anything, because I've already tried combining them. So the only thing I can think to do with them is probably leave them behind, which, like I said, I'm 30% guessing that if I leave something here, it's going to get claimed by the stronghold. I'm okay with that. Now I can take this, and that's not considered stealing, so I'm going to take that. But we're going to go ahead and leave this stuff behind and hope that when we come back it's still here and that I remember that it's here. I'm basically going to try and drop off as much as I can that I don't need. And I really don't have much on me. It's really a lot of my weight comes from my armor. Which is one reason why I kind of liked Sarah's playthrough where she didn't have very heavy armor, because it definitely makes for an easier playthrough when you don't have heavy armor. But I am playing a heavy armor character this time, so we're gonna have to deal with that. He might end up getting some lighter armor at some point, or maybe I'll just find a way around it. He's not a mage though, so we're not going to college at Winterholm and becoming a mage, at least not at this point. Alright, let's see what we're at when we take everything from this. Okay, we're at 140, but we still have one thing left to figure out, because I need to pack up my tent, and I need to pack up my tanning rack, which puts us a little bit overweight. So now the question is, what do I have? I am literally right at the edge of my weight. Eat a leg of goat. There we go. Perfect. Go ahead and destroy this. I'm not worried about the skills just because of the fact that, as far as I'm aware, destroy the cache. Destroy it. And there we go. That clears out that. Let's go ahead and get our Imperial bow back out. We will eventually abandon the Imperial bow, probably for an Orcish bow or something. But as of right now, the Imperial bow is the best bow we have. And as far as I'm aware, we're going to go check real quick. We're going to go check and see if we can improve the Imperial bow with if we can improve the Imperial bow. If I can, I'm going to improve it. If not, we'll just go ahead and move on without considering that. No, it takes a steel ingot to improve. Okay. That's okay. I don't think we could get a steel ingot here, and I don't really want to work. Well, actually.
You wish to trade, looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage?
Let's see if she has some more. Let's see if she has a steel ingot. She does have a steel ingot. All right, I will buy a single steel ingot from her, and we are going to get a little bit more training in one-handed from the chieftain before we leave as well.
One day I will shape a weapon fit for a chief. Maybe that chief will be me.
I almost thought he was going to say maybe that chief will be you. There we go. Yeah, you know, he's just he's not an NPC you can actually talk to. He's just one that you can just reference towards.
You speak to Borgug, chief of Dushnik Jarl.
I would like training in one-handed combat,
You'll never
please.
compare to me, but I can try to teach you anyway.
I will get one more training in that, and then we'll move on. While Grog is going to be doing a lot of, or Gorog, as I called him. I really wish I'd have thought about it. I probably should have created an easier name, but maybe I'll feel more akin to his name later. But Gorog is definitely going to be a one-handed fighter, not a bowman, but he's going to be using the bow a lot for hunting and stuff, so we might do some training with the bow also. 1 second, I need to take one quick break. I need to replace my headset's battery. I will be right back. Alright, I also increased the volume a tiny amount for you guys. I turned the volume down in my headset because I did remember that the last couple of recordings I've done, I've noticed that the volume has been really low for you guys, and so I tried to raise it for you guys a bit because I noticed how soft it was in some cases, so I did raise it. I'm going to try and raise it up a bit. But Grog is going to continue on his way, his campsite all in his pockets. He doesn't plan on coming back to this stronghold, at least for a while. Truth be told, he might come back to this stronghold pretty soon. I might end up deciding I need to come right back here really quickly. I also am remembering now that this is going to take us down the southern portion, which is going to lead us to a portion I don't want to go to. So we're going to try and take this route to the right and see where this leads. Gorog is definitely not somebody who particularly is interested in the politics of the world, so he's definitely not going to join the military. He's definitely not going to fight for the military. I don't know if I talked about all this in the first and second episode. That was a couple of days ago now. I did get the first episode uploaded, but it's currently privated. You guys aren't going to see these episodes for a while, probably. But what I have made a decision is I'm going to do one more episode with Sarah, which is going to literally be, which is literally the episode after I killed Alduin, and it's probably going to, and I'm just basically going to explain that I've decided not to continue the gameplay. I should not have hunted. Well, I really didn't have a choice to hunt, whether or not I wanted to hunt. This was definitely not a decision Gorog had made, because those wolves had made that decision. So let's figure out what we're gonna do here. I've got to abandon some stuff, which I could probably abandon a lot of this seared fat. That means I'm also probably just going to go ahead and abandon all the animal fat. I'm going to abandon a bunch of these small bones, and I'm going to abandon a few of these bigger bones. I do want to keep some bones on me because that's what I use for cash, and I do want to have a cab to be able to make a cache. I believe that's Akatosh's symbol. Nope, the Bella. My mistake. Gorog, like I mentioned before, is a devout follower to Malakath. He's not going to change his devotions unless something big happens. I've kind of explained this to people who I've talked to about me playing through role plays before, or games where I role play, like when I'm role playing in GTA. Most of my characters are not. They will never do this. They will most likely never do this. So, like, he'll most likely never leave Malakath's service. Does that mean he could leave Malakath's service? He definitely could if he got to a point where he thought that he was supposed to, or that he felt like another god was better for him than Malakath. He would definitely abandon Malakath's service. I can't get any more from this, but I also don't want to have an issue with him, so what we're going to do, I'm not going to take that wolf pelt because that shouldn't be something I can get. We're going to go ahead and field dress it and then dispose of it. And I'm just doing that to keep the area clean. I don't want extra stuff loaded in. That doesn't matter. I don't know if it'll ever cause a problem, but I don't want to lead to that being a problem. I keep hitting the button that I use for my map in Minecraft to try and pull up my map. If you just heard like a weird noise as I was doing that, my headset does that every once in a while for some reason after I replace its battery. I don't know what exactly it's doing or why it does that, but it does. Is this Trinimac? Because this was the other one that I had the option of. Altar of Magnus. No. Really? Huh. I can't believe it. So you're telling me that through all the time I was playing as Sarah, I never came across an altar to Magnus. But then the first time I'm playing a different character, well, one of this character's first altars is to Magnus. I guess this is an area of the map I don't really go to very often. That's weird though, because that is near to a mergate. I'm surprised I didn't notice that. We won't be going to the World Gate, much like I've said before. It's not going to work out for me because of the fact that it's got copyrighted music, so we're not going to be going near it. I did like World Gate. I thought it was a good mod. If you're looking for mod suggestions. Don't get me wrong, it's not my top mod. My top mod would most likely be... probably divides between three, and that's the Ordinator's perk mod, the Forgotten City mod, and what's the there's one more mod that's really big that I'm really big on. I should probably get rid of these bodies, but I don't care. Yeah, I'm back and forth on that. The alternate city mod, the Lost City mod, and then Clockwork Castle. But the Dwemer World Gate mod was definitely a very fun one to play through. Gave me a lot of really cool things to look at. I wish we could have done more as Sarah. I wish I could dedicate a character to going there and like going through and discovering that place, but like I said, I don't want to deal with the fact that it's copyrighted. Really? Oh, because I get more than one. Oops. Oh, I never noticed how much health it actually recovers. It probably doesn't recover that much actually. It's probably just because of the fact that we're so weak that we have a good amount of health. I need to stop picking things because I'm gonna end up going over. I'm gonna keep going overweight. Hello. What I need to do is I need to get a backpack. I know I can take a backpack, but that actually might be my only option. You guys have anything interesting on you? A necklace of minor health. And a lockpick. Let's go ahead and put that necklace of minor health on real quick. We are going to have to drop something though. Oh, it's a resist poison. Gotta drop those poisons. Gorog does not use poisons because I am not smart enough to remember to. We're gonna head back real quick. We're gonna head back to that goat and wolf that I killed but did not delete. I'm probably gonna use the wolf. I'm gonna see if I can make a backpack real quick. Because I was thinking I don't want to make a backpack because I want to get the hunter's backpack or something, and then I realized I'm probably not going to get a backpack. I'm probably not going to buy a backpack for a while because I'm not heading to a place where I can buy stuff yet. That would have to be a like white run for the Khajiit or something. All right, let's throw down our tanning rack real quick. We're just going to put the tanning rack down because I don't plan on staying here for very long. Just want to process this wolf real quick and get its pelt. And then I'll go ahead and harvest the ingredients. I can always destroy them if I can always either drop them or eat them if I want to get rid of them for weight reasons. Although this doesn't look like it's, oh, because I have this down, so. So is it in here? Yes, they are. So we have the black, the brown, and the white. I'll probably go with the black one, which I need 8 strips for. Wait. Oh, I need a wolf pelt for this, a bear pelt, and a snow leopard pelt. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so we need a wolf pelt for this. So let's keep one. Let's make 1 leather. Strip that into strips. And then let's go over to this guy real quick. Field dress him. Harvest his ingredients. Skin his pelt. Bows of him. It did give us a poor pelt. Use. Which we might... we're going to get strips out of it. I don't think we're going to get 4 though. We might only get 1. Yeah, we aren't going to get enough. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, so I need 3 more. Alright, moment of truth. Can I pick you up and still move? Yes, I can. Okay. So the next thing we run into, we should be able to... We'll be able to kill something and get us a backpack. I should have gotten a backpack when I was back at the stronghold, but... Or I should have waited until I could craft the backpack. But I completely forgot about... I didn't think about the backpacks I could craft, because I normally don't get those. Because all they do is increase your carrying capacity. They don't give you any bonuses. But... The only 3 backpacks I know of that give you bonuses to your magicka, your stealth, or lockpicking, I can't remember which, and your bow through the hunter's backpack. The hunter's backpack is the only one that actually works for Grog, but I don't know how long it's going to be until I can find a time to get his. So, let's see, Windhelm, Riften, Whiterun, Markarth, Solitude. So that probably leads me off to Fall Creek. Well, that would lead me to Whiterun, so we're going to go this way. Oh. I want to get our bow out. I think I see a deer up there. Or it's an elk or whatever it is. I see a huntable prey. That's what I see. It's an elk. And it's an elk that's going to run. And I'm showing off my terrible archery skills. Because I don't get to hunt much in this game. Let's see if we can catch up with it. Where'd he go? There we are. Really? There we go. Alright. It's only 1 p.m. Huh. I thought it was later. All right. Currently overweight because I got too much on me, but that's okay. We have the tanning rack right here. Not you. Place that down. Ah, crap. Okay. Gotcha. You actually will be very useful. Alright, are we done? And I appreciate all the extra wolves in order to practice my hunting and skills and stuff like that, but I really don't need to deal with this right now. So much for my thoughts that this would be enough wolves to help me get the backpack. I now just got all the backpack material I needed in a single hunting expedition. Alright, first things first. Let's process the elk hide into leather. And let's process the leather into leather straps. Now we can get the backpack. Now, the other thing I was thinking of getting would be either this, which would give us the, which would be really good for the cold, or this, which would be good for the rain. Down here in the south, I don't think we deal with cold as much as we deal with rain. So maybe we'll make a traveler's cloak and see how it looks. Alright, there is the traveler's coat hide. Stop this and pick you up. Alright, let's see if this backpack's going to be enough to take care of this weight issue. And we'll put the cloak on to see if it's not enough, but we'll fix that in a second. It's not terrible. It's not good. It's definitely to be said is that it's definitely not good. And put the ring on, even though we don't really need it. And eat something, since we probably need to eat something. Do I have any ingredients that need to be tested? Yes, wolf heart needs to be tested. And then we'll go ahead and drop a couple of large bones, as I don't need this many large bones on me. Is that enough? Yes, it is. It's just enough. Now, hopefully I don't run into anything more until we get to, I want to get somewhere near the lake. Yeah, I kind of like this look. I just don't like how the backpack, like, I feel like the cloak should go over the backpack. I get that I get why it doesn't, but I don't know. But this backpack will definitely help us feel less consumed. Although also, I think the backpack updates, that this particular backpack updates with what you have. So like, since I have a tent and a torch, it's showing the bedroll and the torch, and I think it'll also like give me access to like magical, not magical, religious necklaces if I have a religious necklace on. Now there is something here. Now, I mentioned that he won't work for people in the towns. I'm kind of going to restrict that, or not restrict that. I'm going to try to open that up a bit. Oh, this is the Hunter's Rest. Not bad that we're going to be near Hunter's Rest. But he can work for people outside the towns. The biggest location, though, is going to be like Riverwood. Falkreath, no. Riverwood, that's fine. Ooh, we're also getting close to a standing stone. So we'll be able to get a standing stone, possibly soon. Which, I believe this one is the lady, which is either the... no, wait, I think it's the Lord. Which improves your health and stuff. Now, Gorog doesn't want to stay here. He gets a bad feeling about this place. And that's because I know this place, and I don't want to stay here, because I don't know if it's possible for you to end up running into a problem, but I'm going to imagine that it is. So Grog's going to swim his way across. He's heading over. I'm going to head over to this standing stone real quick and grab me a standing stone. As long as we don't have any standing stones, any standing stone will be good. As long as it's not like the Atronach stone, since that has a negative to it. But for Grog, it wouldn't be a problem, because Grog doesn't use his magic that much. He definitely doesn't use it for combat. It is the lady. And the lady does, under the sign of the lady, regenerate health and stamina more quickly. Fine by me. Grog probably takes the visit, probably touches the stone and feels energy flow through him. Probably thinks that it has something to do with Malakath. Might do some swimming. I don't really swim much. I thought about playing as an Argonian and having a plan of like swimming in all of the rivers and stuff of Skyrim and stuff like that. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. Alright. This looks like it's going to be a good spot to settle in as soon as we deal with these annoying zombies. There we go. Oh, looks like the mudcrabs want something. Oh, this reminds me of the playthrough I wanted to do of a person going around and killing all of all the dead. How much do I have as far as... I am right at the limit. I will leave you for me to deal with in a second. Would it be weird to settle near this? Definitely a grave site. Like, this was where I was planning on settling, so I'm going to settle here, but I don't know how to feel about the fact that I'm settling near a gravesite. Alright. Let's get ourselves settled in. First things first, we're going to throw down our bedroll. I'm going to move it a bit. There we go. Place it there. This is going to be where we put our fire. You don't really need to worry about things like fire spread in Skyrim, obviously, but I like to pretend that you do every once in a while. So we've got bits of bone, which we can make. Ooh, wolf claws and the bits of bone. I didn't know that. The beaver health, movement speed, recreation, more capable tracking, more capable foraging, damage taken from animals, improve low light, improve the harvest, and are useful bountiful. That's tempting. Stamina, illusion, fire, frost. A couple of cache markers, which is what we're going to make. I just want to keep looking through here real quick. Ooh, that's interesting. We're going to make one of these. That'll improve his one-handed a little bit. Ooh, I didn't know we could make a mortal and pestle. I'm going to make one of those. Polish the eye. Bow does more damage. I don't need that. Bone armor, a bunch of masterwork stuff. Alright, let's go back up to the cache marker. So I can either use the small bones, half of my small bones, or a single one of my large bones. We're going to use a single one of our large bones. And it is the same weight as as a large bone, so it doesn't Alright, we're gonna see if we're gonna see if we can set it up here. Nope, it put it where I originally dropped it. Okay, that's good. That's a good thing to know. But that's fine, I can leave it. I can leave the stuff here. So put the hunting bow in there since it's weaker. I'll put my pickaxe in here. I don't need it right now, and if I do end up needing it, we're gonna be settled here for a while. So if I end up deciding that I need it, I can come back and get it. I can also jump off this ring because we're gonna be switching over to that jagged bone ring. We also might get the I'm gonna put these away because we don't need all this food on us right now. Keep just 4 lots on me. Gonna go ahead and keep those. Drop off the amethyst, those, all of these. Small bones. Alright. And now the next thing to drop off is going to be our... Where is it? Oh, nope. It's not in my favorite menu. And I'm not putting it in my favorite menu because it'll just remove it. I'm pretty sure it'll remove it every time I place it down, so... Now, some people might ask, what's the goal here? Like, why did we move here? Like, are we going to be doing something here? I was just kind of thinking that myself. I think Grog wanted to move here because he thought it would be easier to live here. And I think what we're going to be doing a lot of is we're going to be doing a lot of looking at what we can craft and what I can make through Scrimshaw and through craft item, as I am trying to get to a point that I can sustain myself indefinitely in the wilds, which maybe I don't need any of the fur armor. I was kind of hoping, and I don't think it's going to be the case, and I probably should have checked before we got settled in again, but I was kind of hoping I could get I was kind of hoping that I could get some what do you call it, that I could get like an anvil and like a forge running. It doesn't look like that's the case. So Grog's gonna settle in the area. He'll probably look around, try to figure out what he can do. We're just south of the Lady Stone, so that makes this really easy to get back to. Grog will probably explore this entire region, try to figure out what's here, try to figure out what he can do. Maybe look for bandits to kill, or look for other things to fight, or just look for hunting opportunities. He'll probably stay here for a few weeks, and then we'll move on again. And I'll probably move to each individual hold. We're not going to go fight the chieftains yet. We're looking to improve our skills. I might make it to where he doesn't buy from strongholds. I mean the human settlements. I might have it be that he only buys from strongholds, and have him do that. I don't know. I might change that even more. I don't know. It's kind of like I'm trying to decide what to do to get Grog going down his path, and his path right now is to defeat the 4 Orc Chiefs, like we said before. But he's obviously not strong enough to fight the Orc Chiefs right now, so he needs to get stronger. And it is a brawling thing, so he needs to get stronger with fighting, which means he needs more health, and which means he probably needs to go do, like, maybe go explore that settlement. I was going to say figure out what these things are, but Grog has no idea what these things are, so he's never going to be able to figure that out. Maybe if he touches it, maybe Malachath will bless him again? Nope. For those of you shouting in the comments, I know what that thing is. Grog's just not going down that path. Grog will not be killing any giant fire-breathing lizards. If he does kill a giant fire-breathing lizard, it'll be near the end of his story. But for now, I hope you've all enjoyed. I have decided that once I put up the last episode of, I was kind of hoping to, darn it, I was kind of hoping to be able to sit him down and then have us be able to see him. Polygon view. Something tells me it's not working. Alright, but I was kind of hoping to have him sitting in the tent so we could see him, but I can't get it. I can't move the camera while it's like that. I think there's a way to move the camera, and I also found out we can walk through the tent. Interesting. But if you guys have any suggestions on what you think Grog should do, if you have anything that you think you should do, like I mentioned, fighting the 4 chiefs is a big goal of mine. Going to each of the settlements and talking to each of them is a big goal of mine. Maybe what we'll do is we'll travel to each of the holds and look for people to brawl with in order to brawl with weaker opponents first, and then work our way up to the chieftains. But for now, we got to keep looking. We haven't been able to figure out what we're gonna do yet. But we did travel from the stronghold to here. We are going to be settled here for a while, at least until I decide what I'm going to do, or at least until we've trained a bit more. Grog's obviously going to need to get himself trained up. Off camera, I might go about collecting, well, I'm not going to do it off camera, we're going to do it right now at the end of this episode. Grog's going to gather up these mud crabs. You can't really do anything with these corpses. I kind of thought about, I wondered if there's a mod that basically makes it where you can harvest human corpses. I can see Grog doing that just because of the fact that it's like, it's a prey that he hunted, and why shouldn't he harvest it? But for now, I've been the 7 Swords. You've all been amazing. If you like the idea of this series, hit that like button. If you have a suggestion for a Skyrim series, go ahead and pop it in the comment section down below. I'm just looking for things to do that I find interesting in Skyrim that aren't going to be basically me doing the entire game again like with Sarah. I just want to do a bunch of little things with Skyrim. I think that'll be interesting and fun, mostly in survival. But I will see you all in the next one. And maybe if we see that elk in that deer in the next one, we'll go hunt that. But for now, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.